pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Mr. Clerk, can we have the roll call?
Farnham.
Here.
Helpsley.
Here.
Lorenzen.
Here.
Patrick.
Here.
Zuber.
Here.
Bruner.
Here.
Voigt.
Present. There is a quorum. In fact, everybody's here. Yes. Next item is claims against the county. You've all had that in your possession. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to approve those claims. So moved. Mr. Bruner moved. Mr. Helsley seconds. Get you in there one more time, Mike. Assume you're ready to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. It does carry. At the chairman's discretion, I would like to bring up a couple of items that are they're not voting items, they're just recognition items. I'd like to recognize that the tree is up and the efforts of the chamber and Randy Allen Peterson and how nice it looks, and it's just a nice touch. We got a permanent tree in the ground now, and
where'd they get it, Jeff?
I'm not sure. You what?
Okay.
Okay, all right. Next, I would like to very deeply, with a lot of, it's kind of bittersweet because Sandy's been around for 33 years, and today is Sandy's last day, and the county is forever indebted to you for the service that you've given us for 33 years. And we're going to miss you, but we assume that you will be around. I read the article, and it sounds like you're going to be in here every other day.
I don't think Angie wants that.
Well, but I bet you're around for a little cup of coffee here and there.
I think so. Yeah.
But thank you for everybody here and for the citizens of this county for your
I
service.
appreciate that.
Thank
you.
Next, I'd like to recognize a couple of gentlemen that have given a lot of their lives for the last 4 years. I'd like Mike Hilsley to come up, and for Alan Zuber, this is their last meeting and last day, and we would like to recognize them for their service and how much we appreciated working with you and all your efforts. Michael, we're going to miss you.
Well, yeah.
Well, let's not go that far, man.
All right, so thank you, gentlemen.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute, one more time, Michael.
Wait a minute, that being the case, I'm gonna take off my jacket, you know? Remember, at this stage of my life, I can only suck in my stomach for so long.
See, I'm doing it. All right, gentlemen, yeah, thank you.
Alan's gonna be a paid consultant.
No, he can't serve for 5 years.
There are other counties around.
All right, getting along with the agenda, the next item is public comment. So I appreciate anybody that has any public comment to come up to the rostrum.
Thanks for appreciating public comment. I just want to say this is a formal request to lease the farm with the open side on the south, close to the highway, out at the airport. That's currently using has rolled hay or straw or something in it. I would appreciate the opportunity to lease that and actually pay you guys some money to use it, because I know you're not collecting any money now. Thanks.
Anybody else?
Robert Vogt, citizen of the United States of America, veteran of the United States Army, and resident of Edgar County. Last time I spoke before you folks, they asked you to go vote. Apparently somebody did. And new election of officers, that's all good. I suppose it would be a shortfall on my part if I came up here to speak without talking about the airport. A number of things could be said about the airport. I was going to list some of the history, but not much of it's very good. Talk about Jimmy Wells, Fitzpatrick Airport. Talk about the harassment, the hazing, and the badgering of my son that the state's attorney did nothing about. Talk about the fraudulent grant where I came in here and handed you folks the proof that there weren't 35 airplanes there. Stuff like that. Even the firebonding of the 2 planes at the airport. You know, 2 local residents have refused to take their polygraph test. They would be your former airport manager, Jimmy Wells. He shouldn't have anything to hide, and along with that is Chris Patrick. 2 local residents refused to take their polygraph because he maybe has something to hide. I took mine and passed. It's really an easy test. 4 questions. Takes about an hour. They ask the same questions 10 times. It's hard to hide. You're telling the truth. So, the Jerry Griffin, he's not there. He submitted false documents and it took a while for him to leave. That's just part of the history, but we're still making history at the airport. We want to spot zone the area around the airport because we've been in violation of state law for decades. Took ground from Donnie Ferris that you never should have took. Haven't made any amends for that. You, in addition to taking the ground, you advanced with several projects outside of the law. You have a desperate need to invoke spot zoning to reestablish a federal funding for a project you don't need. I don't think most people in this room know what that project's about. It's about getting fuel access 24/7. The rest of it's simply a want. You know, a lot of people want that airport out there to look like O'Hare. It isn't O'Hare. It's the county airport. There are about 6 residents that have airplanes there that fly on a regular basis. And there's no need to have a $1.28 million project that costs this county $60,000 for their share. There's no need to ask the state of Illinois to go further in debt for another $60,000 of their share. And it's shameful to ask our federal government $20 trillion in debt to pile on and ask for a $1.18 million difference. I ask you folks to do the right thing. The right thing is look at the needs of the county, what is really needed and where the money should be spent. Last time I spoke, I indicated that for less than $2,000, you can meet your need at the airport, which is fuel 24/7. Not a single board member asked for details. The airport manager did. Tom's a good guy. Before you, I see on your agenda you have a desire to give away money. To Chrisman? I didn't get the exact printing on that.
Chrisman Area Community Club.
$300. You're giving away $300 to those folks up there for some need that's really important. I have no knowledge of that. But by the same token, in the last few weeks, you weren't able to extradite a prisoner from Oklahoma City, I think that's where it was, back to Edgar County, and some businessman had to pony up the money for that. Well, that's admirable. But that money didn't go to a charter aircraft service for flying the prisoners. That went to Chris Patrick. I understand our sheriff, Jeff Wood, got in a plane with Chris Patrick and flew out and picked this prisoner up. The number 1 suspect, the number 2 suspects, residents of Edgar County under consideration. How much time?
I gave you 1 minute warning.
Thank you.
No, I mean, a minute ago I gave you 1
I
minute.
missed it, I'm sorry.
Please try to wrap it up, please.
Anybody has any questions? I'll be glad to answer.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Anybody else? Okay, we'll proceed with the agenda items. First one is highway resolution to appropriate aid for the county bridge fund to partially assist in the expense of construction of the 1900th Street Drainage Project in Elbridge Township. Aaron had to leave. He described that to us on Monday morning. That's a $15,000 commitment. Is there any discussion or comments? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion. Carl moves. I'd need a second, please.
Second.
Mr. Bruner seconds. Any further discussion? Hearing none, would you call the roll, please?
Farnum,
Yes.
Helpsley,
Yes.
Lorenzen,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
and Bruner.
Yes.
It does carry, thank you. Next, a resolution to appropriate local funds, that's our share for the Horace Brockton box replacement, CH8, Horace Brockton Road, section 16-00131-00BR. Again, we discussed that on Monday morning. That is a $31,000 commitment, which we have been assured that would be, what I want to say, neutralized or maybe offset. I mean, that's not a promise. I mean, it's not in writing, so we need to, this is the worst possible, it's $31,000, okay? So do you have any additional comments or?
What was the total project cost, 600-some thousand?
570, 580, somewhere in there, okay? And that's for after planning to harvest, accommodating that and constructing that next year, okay? Would you call the roll, please?
I'm sorry.
I'll make a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Carl, I thought we already had a motion.
Second.
And Andy seconds. Now, would you call the roll,
I'd be
Mr. Clerk?
very happy to.
That's good.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helpsley,
Yes.
Lorenzen,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Zuber,
No.
and Bruner.
Yes.
It does carry. Okay. Number 7 is approved property casualty liability insurance renewal with ICR MT and workers' comp renewal from IPRF for FY17. We had the folks in from Bushu and explained where we were on this, so are there any further comments or questions, Mr. Zuber?
I don't think so. We tried to give everybody an opportunity to ask questions from people in the know yesterday, so it's just.
Appreciate your work on that and your coordination, Mr. Zuber. Thank you. Assume you're, let's see, do we need a?
Yes, motion.
We need a motion, please.
Yes.
Alan moves and Andy seconds. We assume you're ready to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It does carry. Okay, the next item is a resolution adopting the annual budget and appropriation and tax levy ordinances for fiscal period beginning December 1st, 2016 and ending November 30th, 2017. We've had this on the discussion part of our meetings for the last month plus, so is there any further comments or any questions?
Nobody said anything, right?
No?
I'd make that motion.
All right, Ellen moves.
Second.
Mr. Bruner seconds. Yes, sir.
Is this going to be approving everything at once?
Everything at once. Yes, sir. Yes. Is that an issue?
Well, there was one I wanted to vote against, but that's fine.
Okay, because I think we all have it on. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carl. Sorry for the confusion. If I'd known, we would have separated
that's
it
fine.
differently. Would you call the roll, please?
Farnum,
Yes.
Helpsley,
Yes.
Lorenzen,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Bruner.
Yes.
It is adopted. Thank you, gentlemen. Andy? I think there's a call for you outside. Okay, number 9, resolution to renew alcohol liquor license number 1 for Andy Z. Patrick, effective December 1st, 2016 through November 30th, 2017. Do I hear a motion to authorize that resolution?
So moved.
Mr. Bruner moves, Derek seconds. Comments, questions? Mr. Clerk?
Farnum.
Yes.
Helsley.
Yes.
Lorenzen.
Yes.
Patrick. Oh, I'm sorry. He's not in. Zuber.
Yes.
And Bruner.
Yes.
Number 10, it does carry. Resolution to renew liquor license, liquor winery license number 1 for Andy Z. Patrick, effective December 1st, 2016 through November 30th, 2017. Comments? Okay, Mr. Zuber moves.
Second.
Derek seconds. Comments? Okay. Mr. Clerk?
Farnum.
Yes.
Helsley.
Yes.
Lorenzen.
Yes.
Zuber.
Yes.
And Bruner.
Yes.
And that does carry. Did you, Mr. Zuber, would you let Andy know that he can come back in the room?
Finished, I'll check and see if it is.
Yep.
Hey, Andy, you phone call too. You know, come back
Okay, the next item is resolution to renew liquor, renew alcohol liquor winery license number 2 for Robert E. Morgan, doing business as Castle Finn Winery, or Vineyard and Winery, Inc., effective December 1st, 2016 through November 30th, 2017. Do we have any comments? Mr. Clerk? Oh, we need a motion. Almost did it again. Alan Zuber moves.
Second.
Derek seconds. Mr. Clerk?
Farnum.
Yes.
Helsley.
Yes.
Lorenzen.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Zuber.
Yes.
And Bruner.
Yes.
Thank you, gentlemen. It does carry. Next, we have a resolution as promised for payment, bulk payment of $100,000 to IMRF for partial payment of underfunded liability. Don, did you have any comments?
No, I think you and I both projected out independently of what we were gonna need to satisfy our payrolls through the middle of July before we get our first distribution, where more money of IMRS is coming in from the levy. And I think we'll be okay between paying this $100,000, we will still have enough to pay the payrolls and the supplemental payment that we make every month of around, it's now gonna be a little over $4,000.
And again, by paying this now, and we're not waiting until next year, we save $7,500 in interest. So that's a good thing.
What is the unfunded liability that we have now?
Well,
I don't have it.
Ask your question again, I'm sorry.
what's the unfunded
What-
liability?
What is it for, or what is the
No, what
amount?
do we have left, the remaining of the unfunded liability?
Oh, gosh.
600,000 started with.
No, it was a lot higher
It
than
was
that.
well over $1 million at one
Yeah.
time.
I'm sorry,
I think it's about 400.
Well, one of the pension plans is 481. We paid off the regular IMRF. Now we have SLEP, that's the sheriff's retirement, and also the ECHO, which is a plan that's no longer in existence.
Is the figure here on this resolution, there's two different figures, one of 485 out of 972. To answer Dan's question.
Okay. Well, that's what it was on those as of,
2010.
yeah, 2010.
Okay.
And we've made, so for 972, and we've made some subsequent payments.
Oh, yeah, we paid $400,000 that first year,
Yeah.
so.
So it's less than 500,000.
Yes.
Can you maybe project out and see where we're at on,
Be glad.
update those figures when you get a chance.
I just kind of brought it up, let people know,
Yeah.
we're trying to pay down something that existed a long time ago.
Yep. Okay, is there a motion for this bulk payment of 100,000 out of the IMRF fund, please?
So moved.
Bruner moves,
Second.
and Derek seconds. Mr. Clerk?
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Lorenzen,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Zuber,
No, or yes. Either way you want to take it.
Bruner.
Says doesn't count anyway, yes.
Did you have too much coffee this morning?
I
Al?
haven't really done it, no. That was the problem. Caffeine last night, stayed up like 12:15 last night, kids still got up 4 till 6 this morning.
Good for you. Okay, the next item is a request from the Danville Area Community Club for,
Chrisman area,
I'm sorry, Danville?
Danville.
It's a no, it's a no to Danville.
No, that's not even in our
I don't feel
county.
bad now, Jeff, thank you.
I had too
That was
much
just about
coffee.
me, Right?
Let me start that again. Item 13, request for the Crispin Area Community Club for $300 from the Hotel Motel Fund for promotion of Christmas in Crispin. And that's December 7th through December 10th. Derek, did you want to say anything on that since?
So this is just for advertising, to let people in the county know what's going on during the events going from, said the parade Wednesday through the shops, going through Sunday, is that right? Or the Saturday?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Shops are open, vendors, there'll be 10 vendors, a lot of things going on, so.
And
I asked for some help for promotion. Yes, sir, Don.
and the balance in that fund, 833, is almost $2,900. We researched this, I think, a year ago and found out that every single dollar in that fund originally came from the Crispin area. Okay, so it's
Carl
not-
moves. Oh, I'm sorry. Go
You
ahead,
might
Carl.
explain where that money comes from, that it's not taxpayer money, as Rob.
Every
called
time
it,
somebody
giving money away.
stays at a bed and breakfast or at a motel up there, they pay a certain percentage, and then that's mailed into the county and goes into that fund, and then it's distributed for economic purposes.
Just out of curiosity, why is it all out of Crispin?
Because Paris has their own,
Separate
They
fund?
they're a
collect.
corporated area, so they're the ones collecting it.
Got it, okay.
Okay?
If it's money that comes to the county, it's taxpayer.
Hey, Derek, there's a chance you could start a little bed and breakfast in
I
here.
don't know what you
Do the same thing, so.
Yeah.
Is there a motion?
Right.
Oh, go ahead, Carl. I didn't
Well, I
realize you
just
weren't done.
need to stay quiet.
Yeah, me too.
Go ahead.
Motion?
I made the motion.
Yes. Okay, that's fine. I interrupted you. So Carl made the motion
I second.
and Bruner seconds.
How was that for Danville or Crispin?
This one's for Christmas. We're gonna get to Danville here in a minute. All right. I assume you're ready to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay, it does carry. The next item has to do with authorizing me to execute a lease with the new Singular Wireless for antenna space on the jail tower. And as you recall, we got that lease and we worked it with the sheriff and attorney and their attorneys and everybody else, and have come up with a document that they, what is it? Used to be 3 pages and now what is it?
40.
40? So at any rate, we've pretty well got it covered, but I want to emphasize that it gives us flexibility to get out of it that we didn't have before in case we need to do something else. And at any rate, and we are collecting $6,000 a year for it. And I guess that's it. We just need, unless there's some questions, a motion to approve.
So moved.
Derek moves.
Second.
Andy seconds. Any further questions? I'd like a roll call on that, though.
Certainly. Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Lorenzen,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Bruner.
Yes.
It does carry. Thank you, gentlemen. Next, office holders and department heads. Don?
Okay, you have your report in front of you. Of course, this being the last, not only the last day of the fiscal year, it's actually the last day that we could actually receipt something into the, and get it in the bank where it would reflect on our financial statements for this fiscal year. The only thing I foresee that's going to hit is going to be interest on our general fund. But other than that, I have basically been hoping to see a holiday miracle where the state would pay us one more payment of income tax, because we did not receive an income tax payment for November. We received payments for every other area, but we did not receive that. So that would have made us a little bit better on our cash flow. But we are at, as you can see, the negative 524. When you go 1 year ago, it's showing negative 611, but that was 5 days before the end of that fiscal year. And in that 5 days, we did collect more money, I think some from the state. And we actually, last year, we had a negative 552. So we are showing steady improvement, not much. We've had a year where the state took back 30-some thousand because of their mistake on the video gaming that they paid us for over 2 years. And we didn't realize some of the, like the income tax and stuff that we were hoping to get. So I'm very pleased with that. We've already touched on the IMRF about the bulk payment. Other than that, I don't have anything else to say. Any questions from anybody? Thank you.
Thank you, Don. Morning, Dina.
We have 3 more days to accept complaints against 2016 assessments. Out of 18,157 parcels, we have received 36 complaints. So unless something happens in the next 3 days, the Board of Review has already reviewed those 36 and made their decisions. We should close out 2016 pretty quickly.
That means you're not charging enough, or what?
We're doing something right.
Oh, that's
Let's
the
say
side.
Well, that's good news. You must be pleased with
Very.
you and your staff.
Waiting for a
Congratulations.
multiplier.
Okay. Thank you, Dina. Sandy, for the last time?
I have nothing to report. I'm sure Angie will have lots of things for the next week.
We're looking forward to that. That's on the 14th. We'll get her grilled proportionately, all right?
Right.
Thank you, Sandy. Monty,
Nothing new to report from probation.
Nicole,
Thank you.
okay. Tom, how,
Our
anything?
42-year-old rotating beacon no longer rotates, nor does it light up. So we're working on getting it repaired. So if you drive by the airport at night, you will not see the beacon.
But that's being handled,
Unless
right?
Tom decides to climb the tower and spin around with the flashlight. That'd be appreciated.
You could do it like they used to do the Persians, and you keep a fire going and some mirrors. Jeffrey,
Not a thing today.
not a thing? Augie?
Well, I'm pleased to say that we finished up the election. All of the results have been canvassed, and I have certified those results to the State Board of Elections. And just finishing up a few reports that are due this Friday, but other than that, we are basically done with the 2016 general election. We're preparing already for the upcoming caucuses and the April 2017 election. So we've been busy running basically 2 elections at the same time. So other than that, I think we're good.
Can you review what's happening on the swearing in of the office holders this week in the board meeting, or on Monday morning, and how that's all gonna lay
Certainly.
out? Even though you sent this all out and communicated effectively, it'd probably be good to review it.
The statute requires the coroner, circuit clerk, and the state's attorney to be sworn in on December the 1st, which is tomorrow. So that's going to occur upstairs in courtroom number 1 by Judge Garst at 8 o'clock. And then for county board members, it You take office, according to statute, the first Monday in December, which happens to be December the 5th. So, that swearing-in ceremony is going to take place here in courtroom number 2 at 8:30 a.m. and then followed by the organizational meeting at 9 o'clock.
And like the couple of new guys coming in, they've already received that information, or they?
I have contacted them.
Okay.
After that, I checked with
Okay.
him.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Because they both at one time had said, you know, which is typical, they didn't know and stuff, but then sometimes they wouldn't know, so.
Yes, Dan?
One of them asked me about the test you have to take on computer for,
We'll review all that with them. At the organizational meeting, Augie will invite them to come in to his office
Log in
and
yeah, manager.
get them plugged into
Okay.
the
Thank you.
information systems and the requirements so that they can feel comfortable with what they have to do, okay? Augie's already offered to do that, so. Anything
Questions of me?
Okay. I guess everybody's got covered. Dan, committee report?
Nothing to report on the animal shelter or the health department. The property on Eads and Wood Street, basically gone through everything I can, so I've kind of given up on it. It's being occupied now, so I really don't have much choice. I think we've done everything we can do.
Okay, now, Andy?
Still wait, I said on Monday, I have contacted the guy from, I think it's Midwest Engineering, the people who did the bell tower. I'm waiting to hear back from him to see about fixing the corner and going around and kind of checking and screwing in some of the flashing that has loosened up since they initially did the bell tower restoration. And the good news, he said that they won't need to bring a lift in order to do it. He thinks they can suspend themselves from
Even on that solder?
even on the solder. He didn't feel that they need a lift to come in, so that's a big expense that we don't have to go through. I guess I thought Mark had started working on the ceiling and probation, but I had a pretty heavy court schedule in the courtroom, and they was afraid it'd make too much noise. So hopefully, and with the holiday, instead of 5 days that week, they only had 4 days, so they kind of shoved things in together, it's my understanding. So hopefully he'll get started on it pretty quick. That's it.
All right. Alan, for the last time?
Don't think so.
Nothing? Okay. Michael, for the last time?
Would you be surprised if I had? No.
Still waiting for that waste disposal report.
Well, I did have a talk with Scott the other day, but it wasn't about that. Wasn't very pleasant. No, I don't have anything.
Thanks, Mike. Carl?
Couple things on the budget. I was looking through the final report, and I assume this possibly could have changed. This was done on Monday, the fund status, and I don't know whether there's many income coming in.
A little bit, but we've received some stuff in from the sheriff's department.
Okay.
Why, what's your question?
Well, a couple things when I was looking through it that I noticed that on debt reduction, we had $156,000 budgeted, and zero has been applied towards that.
Well,
But I don't know what the bottom line's gonna be at the end of the year.
Well, you go to the very last page,
Right.
16 of 16, and that's what goes to that.
34,
Yeah, at this point.
34,000
Right.
towards debt reduction.
35,
Well,
yeah.
I guess that's good, better than zero. And also on building fund reimbursement, we had 50,000 budgeted, and we've applied 25,000
Right.
towards that. That one of these days that's gonna come around, and there's not gonna be money in there to.
We talked about that even this morning,
Make
didn't
our
we, Dan?
payments. And another thing I observed on the sheriff's budget was on overtime. There was 70,000 budgeted for overtime, and we spent 145,000. So that's 75,000 over on overtime. You know, back this summer, we met with them and we made some progress on working towards helping that, but we've got a long ways to go.
What was it before we had our contract and all that, how much overtime had been spent? No, I'm trying to see if there was a difference between what was spent up to that point, what was spent after that point. Whether you know, you know.
It was over almost at that time.
Right.
Right.
Not it.
But I want, well, how much
But
over that's
I guess
spent.
my point is, you know, we're not making a big dent in it, and I don't foresee that what we got in place is gonna make that much of a dent in it, so that's something we're gonna have to address. You know, we've got contracts coming up with both of them this coming year, so, you know, that's just something to keep in mind, but we've got the courthouse roof that we're gonna have to spend some major bucks on in the next few years that we're gonna have to be thinking about. And the situation down at the jail, what we're gonna do down there, so, you know, we've got some, for the new board, some big expenses coming up, and we need to be conscious of that moving forward. So, that's all.
Derek?
The resolution for the airport is hung on the county website, so thanks Augie for getting that put up there in a timely fashion.
That was done, what, Monday?
I think so, that's right.
Yeah.
Monday or Tuesday.
Monday afternoon.
That's it.
All right. We do have a need for a closed session to review closed session minutes. We have to do that every 6 months. This is it. So, do I have a motion for a closed session to review closed session minutes, please? Alan? Is there a second?
Second.
Mike, seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. We'll just take a brief 2-minute, 3-minute recess, then we'll go. Okay, we are back in open session. If we need to act upon the closed session minutes, do I have a motion on that subject? And the motion would be to keep all of the closed session minutes closed. Okay? Is there a second, please? Dan Bruner seconds. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. They do remain closed. Is there any further business to come before the meeting? I don't believe there is, but in case. Okay. I take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay, Derek moves. Second? Andy seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. We are adjourned.